So Scorpio, this one's for you. Welcome. This is Tarot Lumination with your new singles mini love and relationship report. It's for you Scorpios here in mid-September. Okay, so, stretch it into October. Make the best of it, all right? Now we laid everything out here so you can read as we go along, and we don't have to spend a huge amount of time explaining everything for each report, okay? So please, Scorpios, make the best of it. I think we said this already. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising. And I hope you're handling all the new eclipse energy and dealing with the new moon, September, coming out very soon. It could be comfortable for you. It could be very supportive. Let's have a look, okay? All right, we are already well shuffled in advance, but I want to take it to the last second so that you're a witness. No flyers, no jumpers, no reversals, no oracles. It's really stripped down, okay? Bare bones. All right, that's all we're doing here. All right, shuffled. You saw that. We're going to cut. You saw that. Okay, here we go. Now remember, this is what if, Scorpios. If we're looking at singles, we're not fortune telling here, and we're all going from the law of attraction that, you get back what you radiate, okay? So let's have a look at it that way. This would be your energy. This would be the energy of the other. And this would be the relationship dynamic itself. And this would be, let's just call it the prospects. All right? We're going to look at the bottom card in a second. But can you see where we're coming from here? This is who you are. Okay, and this is what would be if someone was there right now. But since we're coming from the ideas of the laws of attraction, we live in an environment where we have this thing called time. So this energy here could be attracting this, and this could actually show up for you any moment or down the road, whenever. And you would have to own it. Well, you don't have to, but it would be a consequence of who you are, radiating your love energy as it is at that moment. So let's have a look. Underneath, Scorpio, you have a situation, let's say you're in the right place at the right time to have a whole new start to life when it comes to probably the most important ingredient to life on this planet, and that is love. Okay? So doesn't mean you're going to get it, because it's all by your choice, by your decision. Decision by decision, who are you, what are you radiating at any moment in time. And so long as you keep doing what you're doing and being who you are, the indications here are that you're on path to be able to be a recipient of love in its highest form, okay? To the point of where you almost don't know what to do with it all. It's so beautiful, it's so bountiful. So let's make the best of it. Let's put the most positive spin on that. Let's just have a look, see what's going on, okay? So who are you right now? Wow, you're doing a very, very good job, Scorpio, of keeping your act together. You might be under incredible stress, incredible duress in one way or another, especially with the eclipses, with that Leo Aquarius energy. That's very, let's say, in terms of astrology, that's very, very challenging for you because those are hard squares against your typical nature. So you might be in a lot of a feeling of being pushed and pulled and stretched and let's say reconfigured against your will. And Scorpios, you have an extremely powerful will energy of self. When you have to, it's almost the most powerful force on the planet, and you wouldn't want anyone else to get in the way of a Scorpio who has set their mind and their intentions on something. However, with the eclipses, you might be feeling as though you're really being stretched and pulled in directions where you've never really either gone before or even desired before, but you're there. But the beauty is, with the Temperance card, you seem to be handling it very well, to the point where a lot of people might not even know how much pressure and how much stress you're under as you are reconfiguring your own life, radiating who you are at the highest frequencies possible in order to honor your deepest soul self. This is the Temperance card. It's a mighty and beautiful card. It's an indication that you almost, depending on your sensory perception, Scorpio, you might have a lot of angelic presence in your life there at your support, whether you know it or not. Like they are right there for you. And angels are just like human beings, they like to be respected. They don't want to just barge into your life and show you what to do and how to do it. They like to be invited. And so the energy here with temperance is that, Scorpio, um, you're doing a great job, no matter how tough it might be, because it looks like you are aware that you are highly challenged and you've made a decision to handle it. And when necessary, it seems that you have enough grace and humility to ask for help from your angels as needed. So that's cool. So what does that attract? You know, who would they be? In other words, in reflection, because of the laws of attraction, depending on your inner core, uh, who or what would you attract? Okay, well, okay, we got two major arcana here, straight off the top, Scorpio. So you might feel that your circumstances are very kind of fated in the way things are playing out. And it's an absolutely beautiful opportunity. It might be stretching you to your absolute limits and abilities of being able to, let's say, go through the alchemical fermentation processes that happen in the depths and the cores of relationship. But that's you. That's inside of you. And so long as you take responsibility for that, and you keep owning that, and keep, conducting yourself in this manner, then you're doing yourself the ultimate favor possible. You couldn't possibly be doing any better than what you're doing right now in order to love yourself. So that's beautiful. So guess what that attracts? It attracts another who, now this is a potential, remember, okay, this is a singles report, okay, Scorpio, so this is what if. In other words, with singles, we're talking about the future because it's not there for you right now. You might be aware of somebody. Somebody might be in your vicinity, in your energy field. And if that's the case, even though you might not have a tangible grip on them in 3 dimensions, they're out there in such a way that they might be the embodiment of almost like a perfect match for you, where they're on a very high frequency of spirituality themselves, just like you are here, and in such a way that they would be perceived by you as someone who's, let's say, very divine, someone who has a lot of qualities that you truly admire, Scorpio. In other words, Scorpios, you are not always the one who's attracted to the most obvious qualities that would make a mate attractive. You're much more probably likely programmed to be attracted to the deep core soul energy. In other words, it's not so much what they look like, their cool job, their hair, or their family heritage, or their money, or whatever. It's what's going on in the depths of their soul, the very, very depths of the soul, to the point where you might attract someone who has this absolutely serene, beautiful, divine aura. And that's part of the allure for you, is because there's always more to discover behind the veil. It's very, very, very alluring. So if this kind of energy is starting to become apparent in your life, in your world, Scorpio, because you are just literally doing what you have to do and being who you are, radiating what you have to radiate, being the most loving person that you can, then this is potentially really good for you, okay, Scorpio? And we're not going to say it's going to happen, but it's like this is what you would be creating. This is what you'd be manifesting according to the laws of attraction. So let's see what would happen. What if something like this started to show up in your life down the road, okay? Let's just say, okay, it's singles, this isn't happening right now. You don't have this right now. This is potential. Let's have a look. What would be the nature here? Wow. Scorpio, this is a potentially very beautiful situation where, again, it's like through the laws of attraction, it almost could be like one of those synergistic types of situation where behind the veil, behind the curtains, so to speak, in this beautiful, mysterious energy over here, you might be attracting someone who's perfectly aware of what's going on with you, and they're working on themselves in their own way, where you get this beautiful divine resonance that's going on between the two parties. And it might not be in a 3-dimensional world yet, but it's happening in spirit somewhere, where it is growing and fermenting, and you're going through your alchemical processes, and they're going through their own divine evolution themselves. And lo and behold, let's say it does manifest down the road. It could be a very beautiful thing where both of you realize you have a relationship that is literally made of love. It's pure, love uh, in a very tangible form, very physical form, but also in a deeply spiritual form where it kind of covers all the bases in terms of a relationship. In other words, this is someone with whom you could hold hands, someone with whom you could um, get bored with and do nothing in particular, just sit around and like twiddle thumbs and daydream together and go off and do epic things together. It really wouldn't matter. It's all infused and imbibed with love. It's to the point where there's almost so much you don't know what to do with it. How are we going to share this? It's like, you know, you've got all this, Scorpio, they've got all that. Where does this take us? Let's have a look. Prospects. Wow. It all allows both parties, I would say, it allows you, Scorpio, to really cut to the truth of who you are and where you're going and carving out a new life ahead, even though it might be disruptive, okay? In the way that things are evolving. If something like this happened for you, Scorpio, it could cause disruption for other people in your life, in your world, in their life, in their world, even though there's no harm intended. Okay? So let's leave it at that. I don't want to say anything more and spoil it. Make the best of it. Read for your sun, moon, and rising, and have a super time. Thank you for choosing Tarot Illumination. Bye bye.